Look, I'm not talking about religion. I'm not, in a sense, I'm not interested in religion, except in as far as it's been the preoccupation of man, children in understanding, often clutching at straws, but most earnestly. I'm concerned with our relationship with God. Why? From purely self-interested reasons. My self-interest and your self-interest. I want all life to have simply wonderful, abundant life eternal, joy, peace, assurance, love, care, compassion, wisdom, creativity. You know the list. Man in the street knows the list. Anyone does. How is this attained? Jesus' story seems to say very strongly indeed, by seeing God as your heavenly, loving Dad, and dwells in you. And that therefore all will ultimately be well, no matter what you're experiencing, what you're thinking about it at present, or anybody else is saying. A loving, all-powerful God, all-loving God, loves all. In particular, you're concerned that he loves you. Fine. If he does, and he's all-powerful, your future is wonderful. In fact, your present is. It's just that you, being a child, can't comprehend that. But you can in trust. And what's the best policy for a child to do? Trust the parent. If you don't trust the parent who says, don't run in the road, lovey, and you do it, you're in trouble. The wonderful thing about parenthood is that it has this giving, caring of the young. How much more your God as your dad? And is he able to do it? Goodness. From this comes awareness of all that's good and lovely. You look for it. You attribute it to God. You're filled with gratitude. Gratitude gives you hope, assurance, peace, joy, life, creativity, awareness, loveliness, life, fullness of life, life eternal, all blessedness. That is everything that all life at heart wants. It may take you time to come round to realizing that, I suppose. It may take some experience here as you see what seems to be good and what seems to be bad. And you gravitate to the good and reject the bad and have your values adjusting accordingly. And as I say, you can only love with all your heart, soul, mind and strength the personification of what you at present seem to value from your point of view. And then you live accordingly. Then you find out accordingly how right or wrong you are and adjust accordingly. That's what the lessons here are about in this universe. And all your mistakes vanish into the past. So distant and so small of you, they can never be retraced. They just don't matter. Or if you like, this is an eternal universe of the transitory. And it's not your home, it's your school. And when you graduate, you are a fully qualified adult member of the host of heaven. A fantastic, wonderful being. You are already, but your knowledge and your memory and your mind is much shrouded, that you may have the experience here that you need. Why else would God have you here except you need it, and it's a blessing to you? Why? Because he's a loving, wonderful God. He's chosen to take joy in his kids. Any good parent does this. How much more your God? Your God, especially, of you. Why am I hammering away at this? I suppose because I want to say I'm not interested in the mistakes that have been made in religion. And I don't want to judge in the sense of being critical of people who are in such deadly earnest. Sometimes very deadly, of course, but in earnest. And there have been some lovely people who are very mistaken in what they think is best and what they believe to be true and they believe to be, I don't know, different from what follows from your God, the personification of what you value to you, each individual. We all see the God differently and adjust accordingly with our experience. So I've said enough, haven't I? Bless you. Thank you, Dad.